the idea of love in the modern age is overrated. While we're younger, we're all coming from a very naive place where you're expecting it to be sunshine and rainbows and you're looking for somebody that's going to sweep you off your feet. It's almost always impractical. And while I'm not going to say that that kind of relationship, that kind of connection doesn't exist, I like to believe that today, the fact that we don't have things ideal makes it much more challenging. We've seen a trend of a lot of ladies resorting to the idea that they can actually use their body. So today it's become more or less a transactional affair. I think the problem with looking at the main narrative is, or one can fall prey to the idea that everyone is like that. And I think that it's the same with everything. While there's going to be a number of people that do not necessarily support traditional values and they are all for the transactional aspect of things, you also understand that there is a minority. Like, regardless of how bad things get, there'll always be a minority. There'll always be a group of people that are raised different, right? But the problem with that, or the challenge with that, is finding that kind of person that understands what it's like to really stand by someone, to really support someone, to have someone stand by them, to have someone stand by them in the right ways, to not be overly dependent on each other, to have your own independence and they have their own independence, and you're striving to make it work. So I believe that that person exists. And another thing that really comes to mind when we have conversations like this is, I think a friend of mine once put it as the idea of one-ism. That is, you only have one person and you're going to find your person, and if you miss that your person, then that's it. I feel like people have similar qualities, and while it may be impossible to find someone in someone else, it is possible to find some qualities that you find important or that you think are important to you. Probably if you have a checklist of certain qualities, you need someone that's loyal, you need someone that's kind, you need someone that goes the extra mile, that all those things. You may lose someone and you feel, oh, that's the end of everything. But then eventually you realize that if you are open-minded enough, you'll find multiple people that are kind, multiple people that are open-minded, multiple people that are intelligent, multiple people that are disciplined, multiple people that are, work-oriented, family-oriented. So many different things that you think about that are important to you. So I do not believe in the idea of a soulmate. I believe in the idea that you can find your person, and if things don't work out, it's fine. While you may bite the idea of, oh, okay, there's no one soulmate, you also have to recognize the fact that real love takes compromise. It takes understanding that someone is not going to meet your list like 100%. Someone is not going to tick all your boxes. They're not going to be a knight in shiny armor that comes and sweep you off your feet. In a real world, in a practical world, people have excesses. They have habits that you don't necessarily like. There are cultural differences. There are basically things that you would find excessive in them, that based off the overall list or based on the overall qualities that you're looking for, they are, in a sense, things that you can overlook. So if that's the case, while you do not believe in the idea of a soulmate, you also have to understand the fact that it's fine for someone to not tick all your boxes. It's fine for someone to make up for 70%, 80%, whatever it is that you set as a criteria for yourself. But it's just important to understand that people are human. And the same way that you are not perfect in every way, even if you feel like you're perfect in some ways, you're not perfect in every way. Give people grace and understand the fact that, yeah, it's just going to take it's going to take some level of compromise to make things work. And sometimes things don't start very smooth. Sometimes you run into ditches along the way, but it's how you resolve those things that really matter. It's how you guys handle the downtimes. It's how you guys handle when things don't work out, or days where your energy is 20% and the energy is 20%, or when one person is on 80 and the other person is on 20. And basically, those are some of the important things that I keep in mind. At the end of the day, love is a transaction. Even though we want to say, oh, it's unconditional, it's this one, because if love is actually unconditional, then you'd be able to be with anybody, right? But then you have preferences, you have lists, you have things that you want. Because as much as you're willing to give them, I usually describe it, or I like to describe it as a hug or a handshake, because you can't give without taking, right? And even though both parties probably feel good from doing that, you can't take away the fact that it's mutual, it's complementary, right? So the idea for me is not, you can't say, oh, you really love someone and then you're not expecting something from them. You have certain qualities, and there has to be the way that the embrace makes you feel. I'm not even talking about physical embrace, like there has to be a way that the exchange makes you feel. Probably they make you feel calm, they make you feel like you don't have to worry about the future, that you got everything figured out. And even if they don't have everything figured out, you know, it's just a general idea that you're going to be fine regardless of what goes on. And you know, for your partner, it could just be the fact that after a long day of work and stress and, you know, everything, you feel like home. Coming back to you feels like home. So there are different qualities that we find in people. The idea of love in itself is not something that's selfless, even though when you get into it, you have to make some selfless decisions. You have to know that, this person is not 100 today, they're not an 80 today. You have to give them grace. You have to understand that, oh well, it happens, it's life, they're human, right? But then there has to be that initial idea of an exchange. There has to be that balance when it comes to how much you guys are aligned with what you're looking for, probably for your future. What do they want in the future? What goals are you willing to pursue? What's your idea of happiness? What's your idea of success? Do they buy into that same idea? It's a very different thing for them. So if you find someone with whom you can say, oh, okay, we are on the same page intellectually, we're on the same page with regards to, you know, the beliefs that we have, we're on the same page with regards to the future that you want to have, with regards to how you want to grow, with regards to how you want to raise your kids, with regards to a whole lot of things. And I feel that it's okay to say, yeah, you're going to consider, or you're going to take the steps towards doing life with them. But if that's not the case, I would say it's better to wait or do life alone until you can meet someone like that. What's worse than being alone is actually being with someone and feeling alone. It's like, so what's the point, right? And what's the point of all the rush? I do believe there are good people. I do believe that you can find who's yours if you attend the right communities. If you focus on growth, if you focus on doing the right things, and you're not actively chasing, well, there's a point where you chase, of course, but I feel like the most important thing is for you to be able to stand on your own. As a guy, as a lady, whatever is coming to your life, they come as an addition as opposed to being the one that lights you up from darkness. Yeah, you have to be able to have your own thing going, have your own happiness. It's been fun. It's been Life of Manuel, and had a good time talking about this. What are your thoughts on love? Do you think true love actually exists? If you do, have you found a potential partner? Have you found a partner? How many years have you been married? If it's something you want to share, please do comment and like the video. Let's talk about it, basically. And until next time, over and out.